What's going on? South Brunswick High School graduating class of 2020. I know this year ain't been what you guys expected, what you guys hoped for, but that's life. And I want you guys to take a lesson from this. Life is very unexpected. You never know what's gonna come, what's ahead of you, what's gonna hit you, good, bad, or indifferent. It's just how you react with it, how you roll with it. And what I take from this time is connect with yourself and find it within yourself to chase your dream. Don't let nobody stop you from being you, being successful. But I hope you guys are chasing what you love to do. Because if I stopped chasing my dream, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And I just want to let y'all know is I'm proud of all of you for accomplishing this goal. It's just one step. Now, what's the next step in your journey? Where do you see yourself next? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? I wish you guys all luck. Best from the beam, Agent 12, but really known as Mo. Everybody in South Brunswick know me as Mo. Muhammad, regular dude, regular cat, just like you guys. Walked them same hallways, walked them same streets, went to the same classes, same everything. But it's what you do with those experiences, those opportunities for yourself in life is how you see yourself. And I saw myself as a great NFL player, whatever, but most importantly, a great businessman. And that's my next step adventure in life. So I wish you guys nothing but the best. Good luck, love, peace, bean talk.
Congrats, class of 2020! You made it! You worked so hard to get here, and today is your day to celebrate. Tomorrow when you wake up, you will be an SBHS alum. And my advice to you is to think about who and what you want to fight for. From here, you decide the kind of impact that you want to make in the world, and your potential is enormous. Who you were in high school does not define who you are moving forward. And remember to never, ever let the world define your limits. Best wishes, and I'm rooting for you.
Hello, this is Donnell Lumpkin, South Brunswick High School class of 1989, here to congratulate the class of 2020 Vikings. I want you to remember a couple things. Please don't ever give up on yourselves. Please do not ever forget what got you to this point. And also, always have confidence in your abilities. It will take you far in life. Congratulations, and I wish you much success.
Class of 2020, you did it. Congratulations. And many of you might be thinking, what am I going to do now with how crazy things are in 2020? And all I can say is keep moving forward. No matter how small the steps might seem, just keep moving forward. When I feel overwhelmed or find myself in a difficult situation, I just tell myself, stop. It is time to think like an ant and move one crumb at a time and just keep moving forward. And it is amazing what you can accomplish. So good luck, embrace your journey, and make each day a day well lived.
Class of 2020, I'm Mike Dowgan, an attorney and judge here in South Brunswick and a graduate of South Brunswick High School, class of 1972. I want to express how sorry I am, and in fact how sorry the entire community is, that you've missed out on the rite and ritual of a formal graduation ceremony. But this doesn't mean that we're any less proud of you or of your accomplishments, or that we're any less interested in seeing that you succeed. My suggestion is that you use this time you've been given at this important time of your lives to think and decide exactly what you want to do with your future. Think too about how precious we've learned life is and how important it is to live each day to the fullest. So let's all hope and pray that what we're presently facing is just a minor setback, and that you can use this break that you've had in your lives to come back even stronger and conquer the world. Good luck.
Hello, South Brunswick High School class of 2020. One of the biggest challenges that high school seniors face in adjusting to life in college is adjusting to a new setting and a new environment. But in a world where endless Zoom classes give way to endless Zoom meetings, it's probably never been more true that graduating South Brunswick High School seniors are completely prepared to enter the next phase in your lives. I say that facetiously, but I also say it with great conviction. You're resilient, and you've overcome more than many seniors in my memory, and certainly more than my class of 1993 did. You've done wonderfully, and you'll continue to do so. Congratulations to you all.
Hey 2020 grads, I'm Brooke Sassman, a 2011 SPHS grad and current Today Show producer. I just wanted to stop by and say congratulations. You guys graduated and you did it in the middle of a pandemic. Now that's impressive. Just like me, SPHS has given you all of the tools that you need to succeed. So go out there and make your dreams a reality.
Good morning and welcome to South Brunswick High School's 59th commencement ceremony and first ever virtual graduation. While we wish we were conducting this in person for the class of 2020, we have created a ceremony that honors their achievements and allows us, as a community, to celebrate this milestone together. I am envisioning our graduates at home with their caps and gowns proudly adorned, with their families in front of their computer screens, laptops, and smart TVs, waiting for the special moment when they hear their names announced as graduates of South Brunswick High School. By the end of this virtual ceremony, the class of 2020 will join an elite group of alumni who call themselves Vikings, regardless of their occupation or chosen profession, their place of residence, or the year they graduated SBHS. So to get us started today, please stand for the singing of our national anthem and the singing of the alma mater.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets broke there, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Within these halls that bind us
In friendship and in peace,
each day reveals a knowledge that orders hate to cease.
we ponder new creations.
Remembering the old and share our pride and spirit in shades of black and gold.
The world around us can become a lonely place.
But with strong hearts and minds, there is nothing we can't face.
And so we sing as members of South Brunswick High and share a sense of unity as time goes by.
Thank you to our senior soloists and the senior members of the concert choir. Here to welcome you on behalf of our graduates is the president of the class of 2020, Ria Sen.
Thank you, Mr. Varela. From wherever you're watching this on whatever kind of screen. To my classmates, today's an important day. Many people are extremely proud of you for working so hard to be here, even if that here right now is just your living room. And to all the parents, relatives, friends, and siblings, thank you for cheering us on and frantically waking us up in the morning when a short night's sleep felt like the blink of an eye. Time. We never have enough of it, except for when we're sitting in class waiting for the bell. There are many days in the last 4 years that I went to bed thinking, I really wish there were more hours in the day. But there were also the moments where time absolutely froze, like the day we won Powder Puff last year and it was our first time ever winning anything. Or sitting in a circle with blankets at senior sunrise sipping Dunkin'. Or annoying all of you to buy Krispy Kreme donuts for $1 at 7 a.m. Your moments where time froze were probably different than mine, but I think we can all agree that at least this moment right now is something we're going through together. In the past few months, we found new ways to measure the hours that went by. whether it was in loaves of banana bread, glasses of whipped coffee, or miles scrolled on TikTok. No matter how you spent your time, I know we all learned just how valuable the time we had really was. Looking back at our camera rolls filled with memories, here's Put a Finger Down, South Brunswick Seniors Edition. Put a finger down if on the first day of freshman year you walked past a desk in your orientation room, then your leggings got caught, ripped a hole in your right thigh, and you walked around for 2 blocks with people asking what happened until you thought you were a genius, colored it in black Sharpie, and then couldn't wear shorts the next day because the mark hadn't washed off. Yeah, okay, that one's probably just me. Put a finger down if you have friends who stayed up with you doing work at 3 a.m. on FaceTime. Put a finger down if you witnessed the person in the giant red blood drive suit chase people down in the hallway on your way to lunch. Put a finger down if Jean conveniently decided to yell and promote the football game right next to your lunch table. Put a finger down if you renegaded with the entire school at the spring pep rally, or if you made fun of the people who did. Now, put a finger down if you met someone absolutely unforgettable in the last 4 years. Put a finger down if you ever laughed so hard that you couldn't breathe in class. Put a finger down if high school taught you anything at all, and you can't wait for the next phase of your life. Just about everyone who is speaking today will attempt to put their gratefulness for the hardworking students, supportive families, inspiring teachers, and staff in words. But I think the only way to really show it is with our time. By using our time after graduation to accomplish things that make the people we met here proud to be part of our journey is the best way to thank them. Despite where we are now, I am so happy that I'm a part of this class, that I survived high school with you guys of all people, and experienced and persevered through all the ups and downs in the real world and in our little high school bubble, and that I get the privilege of saying that I went to high school with them, and we were the class of 2020. Thank you so, so much for the memories, and congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Rhea, and best of luck to you as you continue your education at Northeastern University to major in engineering. This year, we will bestow diplomas to 730 graduates of the class of 2020. Vikings, this graduating class has made a tremendous impact, and I am impressed with your collective and individual accomplishments. To mention a few, a number of you earned admission to the most competitive colleges in the nation, and your class has won an impressive sum of scholarships for academics, leadership, and athletics. 66 of you were honored by the National Merit Scholarship Program this year. 28 of you also received the State of New Jersey Seal of Biliteracy for demonstrating proficiency in 2 languages, and 2 of our graduating seniors demonstrated proficiency in 3 languages. Many of you also had award-winning performances, both virtually and in person, such as the Chemistry Olympics, robotics, JSA, and the Model United Nations Club, and in many other competitive venues. Class of 2020, you also made your mark in the performing arts. The marching band completed an undefeated season, winning the 2019 U.S. Bands Group 6 Open State Championship with their performance of Valhalla. Whether it was the Wind Ensemble being selected from hundreds of applicants across the country to perform at the prestigious National Concert Band Festival in Indianapolis, Indiana, or the large number of students selected to region and all-state ensembles this year, or the South Brunswick Visual Ensemble Winter Guard going undefeated locally, winning first place at multiple Mid-Atlantic Indoor Network competitions, performing a show entitled Rising from the Ashes. Our seniors have maintained the school's reputation as the premier performing arts program of the Northeast. Our athletic achievements rank you among the most accomplished in our class record books. Over 2 seasons this year, teams won multiple championships, which include division, GMC, and state titles. Your athletic prowess began in the fall with girls cross-country winning titles, followed in the winter by girls and boys winter track and field, boys basketball, girls bowling, dance team, cheerleading, and the Winter Guard winning titles. We also had 13 student athletes sign letters of commitment to play at the collegiate level next year. Along with these accomplishments, you have also embraced our 5 core values. Think of the difference you've made as a result of your service efforts, even during this pandemic. Just a few examples. The Interact Club adopted a group of senior citizens at a nursing home and wrote to them continuously, hoping to raise their spirits. The Student Council organized a district-wide safari, asking community members to display stuffed animals in windows to provide a family-fun, community-wide activity. Our NHS members tutored elementary students remotely, and the Art Club hosted a virtual art gallery in April that allowed our community to celebrate the tremendous talents of our student artists. A most significant form of service, in fact, awaits a number of you in the coming months. While most of you will head to college or the workplace, others will take up the very honorable responsibility of serving our nation in the military through enlistment in the armed forces, ROTC, or a military academy. I want you seniors in particular to know that we honor your service to our country and that you will remain in our thoughts and in our hearts. Before I conclude, I would like each graduate to think back and reflect on your 4 years with us. I shared a convocation message with you 4 years ago. I challenged you to choose your attitude. And this year, I shared another. I challenged you to find your purpose. I asked you to find the silver lining in every situation you experience by choosing the way you look at things. And my message to you applies even more now during this global pandemic. With so many people sick and economies hurting, it is easy for us to be sad, nervous, angry, and unsure, to name a few feelings. Fortunately, there are individuals who have chosen their attitude and purpose and have done amazing things for others in so many ways. Think of our healthcare and essential workers in various fields fighting this virus, caring for the sick, finding and researching a vaccine, first responders keeping our communities safe, grocery store workers and delivery personnel, truck drivers, custodians, to name a few. Many of our own graduates at home today fall into this category, whether employed at local businesses, volunteering, or working remotely to inspire and lift up the spirit of others. Those essential workers are an inspiration to all. Entrepreneur Jim Rohn suggests, what you become is far more important than what you are. Look forward, Vikings, and choose your attitude and purpose deliberately. You will get through these trying times by thinking of the greatness you can pursue when you make a conscious decision to do good regardless of the circumstance. As you prepare to leave us as graduates, remember that I want you to look inwards and take action. Look inwards to find your passion. Look inwards to enlighten a path. Be in control of your destiny. You are and will always be a Viking. Do not accept anything less than greatness, because our world needs you to succeed. Class of 2020, it has been an honor to serve you as principal. Congratulations. Before our next speaker, I would like to honor the members of the class of 2020 who served on our school-wide student council this year. Erica Castro, Lola Bakdrova, Nadia Alif, Sahil Ganatra, Zach Baskin, and finally, Jillian Ryan. Thank you, seniors, for your service to SPHS on the Student Council. It is my pleasure now to formally introduce Jillian Ryan. As President of Student Council, Jillian played a significant role in many of those activities that you'll remember for years. Powder Puff, pep rallies, and charity days, to name a few. Please listen with me as Jillian, who will be attending TCNJ to study secondary education and physics, would like to share some remarks and introduce our next speaker.
I was born on October 11th, 2001. In any other year, this day would have been just another Halloween costume finding and pumpkin carving kind of day in October. Yet in 2001, this day served as the 1-month anniversary of the worst terrorist attack our nation had ever experienced, 9/11. While I was laying in my mother's arms for the first time, the news was still streaming it on the daily. People would stop in the streets at the sight of a plane, and rebels still covered Ground Zero at the Pentagon and New York. It was a time of great fear, a time when Americans were uncertain of everything, and a time when people feared what tomorrow would bring. But that tomorrow, the one that was so terrifying to imagine, brought us. It was in those darkest moments that we became a generation of hope, a generation made to lead. It was a generation of children that proved life goes on. Although the world was forever changed, we still learned to walk and talk. We learned to make friends and to appreciate family. We learned how to use technology to better our world and to use our talents to inspire others. We learned to fight for what we believed in and to never give up on our dreams. We learned to do all these things despite the climate we grew up in. And as of March 2020, we had 3 more months to learn how to do our last task of childhood. We had to learn how to say goodbye. Yet those 3 months were cut short due to this global pandemic that even the class with 2020 vision never saw coming. Just like the time we were born in, we are now graduating in the same uncertainty, the same fear of what life will be like. Every radio station, every news channel, and every social media post is full of doubt for that future, and questions that can all be summed up into, will our world ever be the same? The simple answer, although hard to hear, is no. The world as we knew it will never be the same, but neither was it after 9/11. And in that world, we proved time and time again that we are resilient and we will persevere. Despite a global pandemic, here we are graduating and moving forward to greater things. Once again, we are the hope for the world in a dark time, a generation made to lead. We will continue to face challenges in life that will forever alter our future. But as time has shown, our ability to be courageous, to break barriers, and to never give up will be our greatest asset in overcoming them. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it. It is my pleasure now to formally introduce our superintendent. Mr. Fetter spent his early years in education in South Brunswick, where he worked as a teacher and an assistant principal in Indian Fields, Monmouth Junction, and the Upper Elementary School. He then moved on from South Brunswick to become a principal in both West Orange and West Windsor-Plainsboro, and then a superintendent of schools in Rumson and Millstone. He lives in Millstone and was the Millstone superintendent of schools for 6 years. His career came full circle when he rejoined South Brunswick as our superintendent. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our superintendent of schools, Mr. Scott Fetter.
Before I begin, I want to get my annual selfie with the class president overlooking the crowd. All of that will be photoshopped in at a later date. In a blink, I stopped having to do my hair every morning, so that was good. My favorite clothing item became my abominable snowman pajama pants. No one cared whether my shirt matched my pants or my slippers for that matter. This was actually pretty cool, for about a minute. Then it became real. The news continued to darken and encompass all of our days and nights. We didn't know what to believe, and even now still wonder what is next. But this is a graduation speech, and my primary responsibility in this speech is to inspire and give you insight into what is possible when you work hard and ignite your passions. But let's hold that for now and instead address our reality. I am currently standing in the VTN studio, room C104, inside the high school, while Mr. Sweeney is 10 feet away wearing a mask, as was I until I started this speech. I drove straight here from my home, not touching anything outside of my car or leaving my car, windows up, and will be returning directly after, not touching a thing, windows up, and straight into the house. I am not at the Cure Center. I am not looking out upon an audience of incredible young adults and their families. Nope, just me and Mr. Sweeney. This is not what I wanted for you. This is not what anyone wanted for you. You have earned so much more. This is certainly not the senior year ever portrayed in a movie I have seen. And to be honest, right about now, we could all use a little Ferris Bueller and a good dose of Donkashane. I'm not comfortable going to the next part of this speech without saying it, so I'm going to say it. We all get it, every one of us. We have watched it in your faces, your tears, and your hearts. Just know that so many love you and are standing by you. While there is no replacing a senior prom or a walk across the stage, these next chapters will contain experiences in your lives that will be of splendor and awe. You will fall in love and dance with that love. You will walk across the stages in your life, celebrating the many accolades I know you all will earn. There's an often used phrase, "This too shall pass," that speaks to one of the most powerful messages in times like this. I say this with great confidence and belief that better days, brighter days, and amazing life experiences await each of you. And if you can't get there in your mind today, I'm okay with that. But tuck it away and bring it out when you're ready. The good times will be all around, so look for them. You'll find them. This is one of those times where I so wish I had the crystal ball and could just guarantee the ending of all of this, or a magic wand to wave and make it all better. I don't have those things, but I did try my best to surprise you for this graduation speech and get an answer to the burning question. To my dismay, however, I am unable to give you this small gift, as I still have absolutely no clue as to whether Carol Baskin killed her husband. Okay, I have reached the point of the speech where it is time to inspire, so here it goes. Geddy Lee of Rush sings, "All of us get lost in the darkness. Dreamers learn to steer by the stars." Yeah, we've had some darkness, but now it's time to dream. So here's my second shot at telling it like it is and acknowledging the realities of today. These last 3 months may have felt like forever, but they were just 3 months. About the equivalent of 1/72nd of your lives, or one slice of pizza out of 9 large pies, a blink. Just a blink that caught you at a really, really bad time. So just blink again. Change the narrative. Change your focus from what you have missed to what is to come. Your dreams have not disappeared. No virus has that power. The beginning of your next chapter is only moments away, and it is time to embrace it. I am not suggesting that you forget. I am not suggesting that you even accept what has occurred. But since we can't forget and we can't go back in time, the only choice left is to play the rest of the game. So take this little nugget with you. Every minute of every day is precious, and take nothing for granted. We all just learned that lesson the hard way. Us old folks maybe not be able to fully grasp what that really means, but you, wow, what an incredible, inspiring opportunity. I won't go far as to say that you have been given a gift, as I really don't think any of this could be couched in that way. But man, knowing at such a young age that living your life every day to its absolute fullest because you know things can flip on a dime is some kind of silver lining in all this craziness. I know there's not one of you that would trade what has been lost for this understanding, and can't say as I blame you. But the proverbial lemons have been handed out, and a fresh glass of lemonade on a hot summer's day, still worth the sip. Yet, even with this perspective, if I was able to do anything to give it all back to you, I would. Every one of us would have taken wrecking balls to break down any wall if it would have meant a different outcome. But you are the class of 2020. You are the class that was challenged like no other. You have faced adversity head on, and everyone that comes in contact with you from this day forward will know what you are capable of, and that makes you fierce. I know I wouldn't want to be up for a job if the other candidate was a 2020 grad. Much rather be up against a softie from 2018 or 2019. No, my money's on you no matter what the fight. South Brunswick strong, and one heck of a story to tell the grandkids. It is with the most sincere thanks and admiration that I congratulate you on what you all have accomplished. So watch out, world. You have no idea what caliber of excellence you have just unleashed on society. Bottled up for 3 months and soon to be back in the sun, the class of 2020 is coming your way. So step aside. This is Scott Fetter, your superintendent, signing off on this one-of-a-kind graduation moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fetter. It is my pleasure to introduce a composition that was recorded by our 2020 wind ensemble during their quarantine. Each part was recorded separately, either on a computer or a phone in various stages at different times, locations, and circumstances. All 63 instrumentalists contributed to the culmination of fanfare. 29 of them are seniors, so that we could show that our Viking spirit cannot be beat. Please enjoy the Quarren Clean piece by Bruce Yorko, Celebration Fanfare for Wind Ensemble, which is dedicated to the class of 2020. Following their performance, Mr. Michael Schiess, your former grade level assistant principal and now assistant principal of academic leadership, will then introduce our salutatorian.
On behalf of our school, it is my honor to present the Salutatorian of the class of 2020. Our Salutatorian, the second-ranking member of the senior class, Allison Lee, has been a member of the Viking Marching Band for all 4 years of high school. She plays the clarinet and has been a role model and mentor to her fellow bandmates. Allison has also been a member of several small ensemble groups, and she has played in the pit orchestra for the spring musical production. One of Allison's greatest accomplishments musically has been to play clarinet in her wind ensemble. Allison is extremely modest about her talents. However, this is something that she and her parents are very proud of. As a sophomore, Allison joined the robotics club. As a new member, Allison was quick to stand up and accept a leadership role, which led to numerous accomplishments for the entire program. Since she joined the club and took on leadership responsibilities, the program has grown and they have qualified for the VEX Robotics World Championship. Allison has been a team captain for the past 2 years and has absolutely cherished her time with her teammates. Outside of school, Allison's passion is the Rubik's Cube and the activity of cubing, something that she has been doing for many years. Allison has created a YouTube channel for herself to show off the numerous ways that Rubik's Cubes can be used to solve problems, as well as be a fun and even competitive activity. Allison has gained over 26,000 subscribers to her channel and has received sponsorships from cube companies for her efforts. Allison Lee is an amazing and multifaceted young woman. She's always eager to learn and to contribute positively to anything that she has made a commitment to. Throughout the years, she has blossomed into a confident, driven, and disciplined student and person. She makes wise, well-thought-out, and researched decisions. She is inquisitive, curious, creative, and a lovely person that has been the embodiment of the SBHS 5 core values. She will leave behind a legacy that will continue to impact her fellow musicians, programmers, and robotics engineers for many years to come. In the fall, Allison will be attending the Olin College of Engineering, where she will study engineering with a concentration in robotics. Congratulations to our salutatorian for the class of 2020, Allison Lee.
Welcome, faculty, students, and families, and congratulations, class of 2020. Before I begin, I have to give special thanks to the people that got me here today. Thank you to my incredibly supportive parents and to the best older brother ever. Thank you to my friends who hopefully don't have me muted right now, and to my amazing teachers. And I have one special thank you to the music department and the band that would be playing us out in the back. Mrs. Cardeneo, you're graduating with us this year, and we will miss you so much. Class of 2020. We made history at this school as the only class to come dead last in Spirit Week 3 years in a row, followed by an extraordinary third place for finish this year. And you know, sometimes I think you really can't blame us because there are some things that happen here that just make you wonder. At some point, ceiling tiles falling down was just a normal thing to be happening, and our building's climate ranges from Alaska to Florida on a daily basis. And somehow the student body collectively yet completely silently perfected the art of walking by the hall monitors in the bridge while looking through your bag for an ID you know hasn't been there in weeks. So why am I pointing out all of these wonderful parts of SBHS? Well, first of all, I'm on my way out. But secondly, and what I'm really getting at, is that in all of their weird but entertaining glory, these are our unique stories. I think when we entered high school, we were expecting to come out having gone on these great adventures. We'd have these grand, quintessential high school stories that would be the memories that tie us together as a class. SBHS has provided no shortage of these stories, and we know we'll remember the Mr. SBHS's championship games, homecomings, musicals, and powder puffs. But we'll also look back and laugh at the ceiling tiles, the ever-changing temperature, and the weird ways we hid from hall monitors. It's the random, the strange, and the sometimes unbelievable stories that truly bring us together. Each of us has a unique set of stories we didn't expect to have. They could be exciting stories, sad stories, chaotic stories, funny stories, or embarrassing stories. They could be about an entire day, an hour, 10 minutes, or just a single moment. We probably thought these were the stories we'd forget. But I want you to embrace the wild and the unplanned, because these stories, not just the ones you expected, comprise who you were and what you've taken away from SBHS. They don't have to be positive. Maybe many of them aren't. They don't have to be impressive or amazing to anyone else because every story means something to you. And as we step off into college, the military, the workforce, and beyond, there are more stories to come. Your next story might be about some amazing project you start working on or an incredible place you visit. Or it might be a joke your friend tells over pizza one night or you falling down the stairs. No one can tell you your story is lame or not important or not exciting because your only job going forward, class of 2020, is to live your story. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Allison. Now for our final student speaker, our valedictorian, the top-ranked member of her very academically talented class. Evelyn has excelled in all aspects of her academic and extracurricular life. Always with a smile on her face, she accepted any challenge that was put in front of her and achieved much success in doing so. Inquisitive, articulate, responsible, and dedicated are just some of the words that immediately come to mind when you think of Evelyn. She is a delight to have a conversation with, and her calm and caring demeanor quickly puts others at ease. Evelyn possesses a genuine concern for others, which is evident by the numerous volunteer organizations that she dedicates her time with. Her positive outlook permeates through every aspect of her life and is impactful on those around her as well. Evelyn's attention to detail and her constant quest for information has led her to truly enjoy the process of learning. Evelyn's ultimate goal is to make a positive impact on society through her academic pursuits in math and physics. In addition to her academic efforts, Evelyn has been a member of the SPHS marching band for all 4 years. The self-discipline and dedication that has come from being part of this has a lasting impact on her life. As much as she has enjoyed marching band, being part of the SPHS robotics team has been a special part of her years here at our high school. Learning about teamwork has been just as important to Evelyn as finding and designing solutions to the work that the group was doing. She has helped to lead the team to noteworthy recognitions at various competitions, something which she is very proud of. She also very much enjoys teaching other younger students that share this passion for robotics. Even with the demands of those two activities, Evelyn still finds time to volunteer at local soup kitchens, health clinics, and community centers. Evelyn will be a tremendous asset at school next year, where she will be an active contributor both in the classroom as well as in the fabric of the school community. Evelyn's accomplishments and the positive impact that she will have in this world have only just begun. In the fall, she will be attending MIT. Together, let's honor the valedictorian of the class of 2020, Evelyn Fu.
Hi, class of 2020. To start off, I'd like to thank everyone who ever had to deal with me. To my parents, who tolerated it whenever I loudly went to the kitchen at 4 a.m. to get a snack. To my brother, who was forced to drive me everywhere for years. To all of my wonderful teachers, and Dr. Chucker, who let me take naps for 3 years straight, except on discussion days when I had to use my brain a little. Finally, to my robotics team, the baritone section, and my friends, with whom I've gone through all of my highs and extreme lows. And of course, I'd like to thank all of you guys who bared through these 4 years of fun with me. It's truly amazing that after all of our time together, I can finally see everyone here in front of me today, or at least Mr. Varela behind this camera. But regardless of where I'm saying this from and whether or not I'm wearing my pajamas under this gown, the outcome's the same. We're out of here. While writing the speech in the midst of quarantine and extreme senioritis, I willed myself to please not procrastinate on this last paper. That didn't go too well, but I got some inspiration while binging Avatar: The Last Airbender, which finally returned to Netflix. Truly the best moment of this year so far. I'd like to share my favorite quote by Uncle Iroh from the show. "This tea is nothing more than hot leaf juice." And my second favorite quote, "Life happens wherever you are, whether you make it or not." Season 2, Episode 13. Life happens at SPHS. It happened every time Mr. Z graced us with his numerous life stories. It happened for every time someone sent a singing Valentine to some poor, unwitting teacher, and some particularly interesting ones proceeded to dance with the choir folks, Dr. Chucker. And life happened whenever the gym teachers played sicko mode during the walk jog, and everyone had their various reactions. And when Uncle Iro says, whether you make it or not, it's a good reminder to enjoy what has happened, what is happening, and be curious about what will happen without stressing about making life happen. As young people in the world today, it'll probably be hard to forget about trying to make your life go a certain way. But I think this word of advice from Iro is pretty nice to think about from time to time. The good times, the bad, will come, and we'll all go on wildly different adventures as life happens for us. It's crazy to think about just how many different experiences all 742 of us will have. We're going from the East Coast to the West and abroad, and from North Jersey to South Jersey, since the general consensus outside of our area is that Central Jersey does not exist. Although I may not have known all of you, I've probably been smushed up against everyone at Annex Bridge at some point, and I'm glad we're all here together now, albeit behind screens. I don't know if what I said today made sense, but I'm hoping this tea I'm sharing with you now is a little more than hot leaf juice. Thank you, and congratulations.
Before we proceed further, I would like to recognize and thank a few individuals for their service to the school and this virtual program. First, I want to acknowledge and thank the members of the South Brunswick Board of Education, Mr. Scott Federer, Ms. Jennifer Disler, Ms. Kimberly Malloy White, and all of the Central Office Administration for your leadership, support, and guidance throughout the year. I would also like to express my appreciation to several individuals who helped to make this ceremony so special. First, we need to recognize Mr. Michael Schiess, who led a committee of dedicated staff members to discuss, plan, and implement this virtual graduation. I would like to thank a number of important staff members, Ms. Joanne Himmel, Ms. Amanda Kestis, Ms. Jamelia Lopez, and Ms. Ramona Baker. I would like to thank and recognize Ms. Anna Lair, who produced our graduation slides and organized our graduation picture collection, and Ms. Kelly Pizzina for her follow-up communications to students about these very pictures. For our celebration fanfare for Wind Ensemble, every individual part was downloaded and put into a program to line up each rhythm and pitch so that it would sound as if they were all playing together in one room. Thank you to Donna and Jim Cardineo. And thank you to Mark Lalomia and Aldo Aranzulo for their assistance with our soloists and senior members of the concert choir. And lastly, I would like to recognize and thank your assistant principal, Ms. Nancy Duco Sweeney, who was instrumental with organizing and supporting our seniors. She worked tirelessly on your behalf. Countless other staff members have also helped with senior planning and oversight. Teachers, secretaries, paraprofessionals, custodians, the grounds crew, librarians, nurses, supervisors, our SROs, and our security officers and administrators. And I would like to thank all of them as well. When you picked up your diplomas last week, we included a graduation program for you. At this time, I would like to direct your attention to the final 2 pages of it. Listed there are the fine faculty and staff members who teach, counsel, mentor, support, organize, coach, and take care of our students and our school. They have shown us that their talents extend well beyond the traditional school building. We thank them for their effort to provide an in-person and remote learning environment that meets the needs of our students. They are the ones who provide our community with a true school of excellence. A virtual round of applause for them. Finally, I would like to recognize the creative and talented teacher who produced this amazing virtual graduation, answering my many calls to him at all hours of the night and weekend, dedicating long hours to a vision, editing this virtual graduation over and over. He told me he wanted to do something special for the class of 2020 and accepted my challenge to create a virtual ceremony that we will remember for years. Our very own highly skilled technology teacher, Mr. Tim Sweeney. And now for the culminating moment of 13 years of education for the class of 2020. I would like to ask Board President, Mr. Barry Nathanson, to virtually join me. Board President Nathanson, members of the Board of Education, and Mr. Scott Feder, the New Jersey Department of Education grants me the authority to certify that the students participating virtually today have met the requirements for graduation established by the state of New Jersey and the South Brunswick Board of Education. As principal of South Brunswick High School, it is now my duty and honor to present the class of 2020.
Mr. Varela, on behalf of the Board of Education, I hereby accept the members of the class of 2020 as graduates of South Brunswick High School.
At this time, I invite class advisors, Ms. Lair and Ms. Pizzina, to begin the presentation of diplomas to the senior class officers, who will then begin to read the names of our graduates.
As you leave Viking country, you take with you valuable lessons. You've learned that pink is an awesome color and Krispy Kremes are most delicious on a Friday morning. You have learned that you can wash away a 4-year Spirit Week losing streak by winning the title of undefeated Powder Puff champions. Through these 4 years, you have learned that the people in your life will support you and encourage you to reach your potential, and they will help you to always look on the bright side of life. Graduation day is a bright moment, and we are here to celebrate you as you follow the path that is ahead of you.
We know that as members of the class with vision, you have bright futures ahead. You will become titans of industry, invent the next TikTok, and maybe one of you will even win an Oscar. More than that, we hope each of you finds your happiness wherever that may be. We know that your 4 years at South Brunswick have prepared you to begin the next chapter of your life. Keep your eyes open and make sure that you do not miss any opportunities to share your Viking pride in the years to come. Thank you for allowing us to enjoy this amazing time with you. We are so proud and wish you the best of luck in the future. Be good, be careful, and most importantly, be yourselves. We will now present diplomas to our elected officers and executive members. President, Ria Sen. Vice President, Krisha Shah. Historian, Samuel Finkel. Treasurer, Drew Raval. Secretary, Sagar Vilalith. Social Coordinator, Tulip Singupta.
And now we will honor our executive members. Natalie Bilal. Advit Borkar. Amini Chinny. Marcus Cook. Nikitha Dixith. Anna Fenkel. Amanda Kaush. Nivadita Krishnakumar. Jordan Paris. Ashita Patil. Jessica Stadler. Julia Sukov.
Our first student presenter is Ria Sen.
Gibran Abbasi. Tayyab Abbasi. Ramzi Abdelhamid. Noor Abedrabo. Matthew Abraham. Rohan Acharya. Gavin Acosta. Aaron Addo. Vishal Agarwal. Anushka Agarwal. Nikki Agarwal. Benicio Aguirre Vasquez. Joseph Ahern. Hiba Asan. Tiffany Aker. Ashish Akula. Aliana Alcaraz. Asegel Aldemir. Brian Alfaro. Aisha Alkalani. Malaika Alphonse. Anish Aluru. Alexa Alvarado. Midat Alvi. Vivian Alzate Crespo. Safa Amin. Ayush Amin, Mansi Amin, Kunal Amladi, Kellen Amy, Kush Anand, DeCosta Andrews, Yejin Ang, Kashif Ansari, Ajwa Ansong, Angela Aoun, Jacob Apicella, Todd Appleby, Isabella Aragona, Alex Ariano Sanchez, Anuya Arcala, Brianna Armenti, Charles Armour, Cole Armstrong, Jessica Arriaga, Valerie Arsnev, Faria Ashraf, Safia Azma, Omar Asraf, Shibani Athreya, Shriman Athunuri, Numer Attar, Anuradha Avancha, Joseph Ayub, Abid Azad, Sania Bhagawadi, Dante Bailey, Lola Bakadarova, Jalad Bachman, Samita Balaji, Shreya Balaji, Sneha Balaji, Rushil Balakumar, Gauri Balamarugan, Rishika Balian, Safia Bangura, Carly Bansbach, Jacqueline Barbara, Luke Barglow, Noah Barrera, Ava Bartels, Zachary Baskin, George Basta, Allison Beauregard, Talia Beshlani, Elias Benchek, George Benoit, Matthew Benson, Rishav Bhagat, Rahul Bhala, Shruti Bharadwaj, Tanisha Bhatt, Ruhika Bhattacharya, Ohema Boateng, Grace Bokout Whiting, Abhitej Boka, Mrinalini Bhupalam, Nikita Borkar, Aditya Bose, Sachin Buteju, Anaya Boyd, Michelle Brennan, Yatera Bridges, Jason Briggs, Kayani Brimage, Justin Brody, Miles Brown, James Bufus, Jonathan Bono, Isabella Brzezinski, Travis Bush, Madison Butler. Roman Byzuski.
Our next student presenter is Krisha Shah.
Colin Canavan. Caroline Cannon. Stephanie Canseco Martinez. Grace Canvan. Hubert Capcha. Bianca Caproni. Jillian Carbone. Justin Carbone. Tanner Carneglia. Brandon Castle. Erica Castro. Sophia Sermonero. Jay Chadha. Swapan Chadha. Romir Chatterjee. Kaylin Chobel. Neha Chowdhury. Hamza Chowdhury. Talha Chowdhury. Vani Chavla. Mona Chakuri. Jeremy Chen. Thomas Chen. Yufan Chen. Aditya Chenji. Ishani Chetri. Yashika Chidarala. Anup Chinny. Nikhil Chirumamilla. Malaika Chithre. Anas Chowdhury. Michael Clark. Cynthia Clavel. Sydney Coleman. Amy Colquist. Chrisana Conley. Casey Contreras. Justin Cooper. Alexandra Copeland. Anthony Cottrell. Trevor Crespo. Christina Cruz. Tomas Cruz. Juan Pablo Cuellar Nieto. Katrina Culhane. Matthew D'Angiolillo. Joshua DeKel. Aiden Daddis. Anjani Daita. Rishik Danda. Lakendra Daniels. Raj Darji. Nader Darwish. Asta Das. Neha Dave. Ria Dave. Jalen Deary. Adriana DeBerry. Ian Deca. Giovanni DeLuca. Aaron DeNigris. Anjali Desai. Niyati Desai. Varad Deshpande. Marco DiStiano. Rishikesh Desikan. Mahmoud Disuki. Louis DiToro. Raghav Krishna Devala. Nidhi Devrajan. Dhruvam Dandukia. Tapasya Dobli. Simonish Dulipala.
Rachel Diaz Hernandez, Madeline Dombrowski, Alexander Donlin, Aryan Dornala, Akil Edekar, Dilsad Efe, Emilio Rafael El Chicon, Michael El Gendi, Noor El Hawari, Nadia Elif, Mariam El Najjar, Tara El Najjar, Mariam El Salba, Edward El Zogby, Emily Ang, Sarah Espinelli, Janissa Evans, Natalie Fanick, Robert Farley, Giuseppe Favaloro, Marcus Feggins, Minoshka Felix, Kyle Fisher, Cooper Fitzgerald, Michelle Fung, Gabriela Formosa, Evelyn Fu, Janine Fulgaretti, Ria Gadani, Praneet Gadok, Adya Gadkari, Vrinda Gajarani, Sahil Ganatra, Lenny Ganasan, Jonathan Garbach, Omar Gawali, Chad Gendusi, Shreya Gatia, Neha Gogate, Rudra Gohil, Stephanie Goldstein, Devin Gonzalez, Edith Gonzalez, Ananya Gorantla, Logan Gracie, Christopher Garbach, Kyle Groover, Tanusha Guduri, Ayana Guerrero, Shreya Gumadapu, Sharia Gundaria, Arshita Gupta, Ria Gupta, Snigdha Gupta, Tristan Allen Gutierrez.
Our next student presenter is Sam Fenkel.
Imran Haidari, Megan Hallahan, Noor Hamaway, Emily Hang, Peter Hanna, Tanu Howe, Daniel Hack, Suhail Hawk, Billy Hargrove, Robert Harris, Amir Hassan, Christopher Henry, Anna Hernandez, Andrea Herrera, Sarah Hughes, James Hill, April Hillen, Emily Hisney, Eric Ho, Amanda Hobbs, William Hoffman, Atia Hone, Kiana Howe, Carter Herrick, Helen Shu, Raneen Ibrahim, Nimra Imran, Joseph Inzano, Gabriella Yordash, Antonio Iovine, Biagio Iovine, Numair Iqbal, Huzafa Irfan, Khabib Izayev, Bola Isgander, Ahmed Ismail, Divya Iyer, Pranauthi Iyer, Jada Jackson, Melanie Jacome, Preeti Jadhav, Seema Jafar, Neha Jain, Nicholas Jardulo, Rishi Jamal Madaka, Varun Jari, Sujith Jayaraman, Reese Jenny, Chris Jathani, Sarswat Jha, Aryan Jahavri, Harun Jalani, Bhargav Dilapali, Ezekiel Johnson, Zacchaeus Johnson, Alan Joseph, Juhi Joshi, Tina Joshi, Ethan Ju, Anuj Kadakia, Praneet Kaki, Sriranga Kalavakala, Druthi Kamarasu, Brendan Kane, Ashwin Konakar, Amal Kanan, Gautam Cantu, Shriya Karanam, Farooq Karatepi, Sanjana Kasarla, Mohammed Kashif, Gage Katzanel Hall, Ravjeet Kaur, Katie Kendall, Amir Khan, Hamad Khan, Umar Khan, Ravinder Khanna, Vansh Khurana, Mohammed Kibri, Aparup Koduri, Daksh Kohli, Vamika Komana, Nadira Kaneti, Diksha Reddy Kunadi, Barenchi Katamaraju, Rohit Kotha, Ayush Kumar, Anika Kumar, Sakshi Kumar, Tanvi Kumar, Tanvi C. Kumar, Shruti Kunamneni, Stuti Karudi, Jillian Kwok.
Maximus Lacourte.
Zubair Lalani. Zain Latif. Mahir Loud. Gabriel LeBron. Ezra Late. Allison Lee. Maria Lee. Mason Lim. Brianna Lynchner. Nicole Lynchner. Ruby Liu. Xuyang Liu. Samantha Livich. Ida Lopez. Zachary Lopez. Fidel Loverton. Eric Liu. Joseph Labrana. Jake Lund.
Anthony Luterzo.
Gregory Lyons.
Our next student presenter is Dhruv Raval.
Jaden Mabes. Ashley Macaluso. Jada Maxsood. Jenna Maxsood. Sia Madan. Satwik Madasi. Nikhilesh Madhuri. Lakshmi Madhav. Sai Madhuri. Vishwa Magesh. Akash Mahesh. Alexa Mayorano. Giridhar Majeti. Jaskaran Malhi. Ananya Malik. Sarah Malik. Vinay Malapudi. Arman Manas. Shashwa Monica. Sarah Manuza. Nishad Mansoor. Jack Manzino. Terrence Mao. Sapna Marti. Santiago Martinez. Santosh Mariala. Joseph Mastromonica. Aryan Matthew. Elizabeth Maticoli. Aaron McCoy. Ashford McFadden. Anthony McGarty. Jasmine Mendoza. Shuchi Marai. Andrew Mercurio. Sophia Milla. Paige Miller. Priyanka Mistry. Sanvi Mitra. Burhanuddin Mogul. Sarang Mohaniraj. Margarita Morales. Bridget Moran. Isha Mukamala. Meda Mukundan. Kunal Mulki. Gabriela Marolo. Ria Murthy. Akil Murugan. Sahura Muse. Anush Mustiala. Archit Miadam. Swaddled Nadi, Como Nagpure, Anushka Naik, Arush Naik, Sai Aishwarya Naikodi, Shrihit Narahari, Jeremy Narvaez, Avye Nadarajan, Kritika Nadarajan, Sarut Nelapatla, Nicholas Ng, Tai-Tao Nugent, Katerina Novitsky, Melvin Noyola Orosio, Hema Nakula, Daniel O'Grady, Sanjana Oak, Christopher Oakes, Frederick Offenberger IV, Alexa Olson, Darren Olson, Juliana Olson, Calvin Onyango, Ifeanyi Oruber, Firaz Osman, Amin Ubraham, Mayar Orfali, Beatrice Owusudaku, Olajuwon Oyadeji, Sampat Pachade, Nalei Padilla Gomez, Hayden Paik, Rohan Pale, Chitri Pandya, Yash Parekh, Praveen Parthasarathi, Ashi Patel, Alicia Patel, Amar Patel, Anuj Patel, Arushi Patel, Ayush Patel, Deep Patel, Dia Patel, Ishani Patel, Isha Patel, Isha Patel, Janisha Patel, Janal Patel, Chris Patel, Nandit Patel, Neil Patel, Parth Patel, Pranshu Patel, Sahil Patel, Sahil Patel, Shahil Patel, Shail Patel, Sona Patel, Yash A. Patel, Yash J. Patel, Tanvi Pathak, Anushka Patil, Anvita Patwari, Rajat Pedinti, Dustin Pelicane, Sebastian Pelot, Alvin Peng, Joseph Penny, Divya Penta, Samantha Pereira, Corey Peterson, Joe Pham, Justin Fan, Ipshita Pillay, Manis Pimplicar, Nicholas Pinnock, Arslan Pochi, Divya Pola, Nikita Pola, Kirti Polam, Shreya Pokampali, Olakempha Porbani, Clarence Powell, Lauren Powell, Akash Prasad, Francesca Puyos, Manish Paila.
Our next student presenter is Sagar Vilalath.
Orgesa Cavoli, Gian Patrick Rabaya, Santosh Raghavan, Nazia Rahman, Sanjana Raj, Ananya Rajagopal, Aniya Rajamani, Nimish Rajay, Shraddha Rajgandhi, Karina Rajput, Kedar Ram, Sabarinath Ramachandran, Tej Ramaya, Archana Ramkumar, Karina Ranadeve, Ditya Rangavajula, Revant Rangineni, Neil Rao, Zohaib Rao, Nitin Ravikumar, Venkatasai Ritika Ravula, Akil Reddy, Pranav Reddy, Sneha Reddy, Benjamin Reichbart, Chris Ferris Race, Christian Real, William Rocco, Alexandra Rogowski, Dylan Ronquillo, Alan Rosales Pedraza, Sean Rosenblum, All My Love Ross, Rithvik Roy, Cindy Bran, Madison Rubino, Rida Ruman, Jillian Ryan, Anadi Sahani, Yamila Sakawat, Faris Salama, Gautam Sambabu, Thanu Samira, Tapin Samira, Mahaya Sampson, Isabel Sananes, Olivia Sanders, Brian Sandoli, Karthik Sankar, Girish Sankriti, Javier Santiago, Vaishampayan Sarkar, Priyanka Sarkel, Akshat Satija, Samantha Saunders, Rajuda Sawant, Aisha Soanini, Brendan Seychaloon, Megan Scaletti, Kyle Sheff, PJ Schneider, Jacob Schneller. Matthew Schwartz. Reynold Siege. Dominic Servideo. Sudarshan Seshadri. Brinda Shah. Dwani Shah. Isha Shah. Isha D. Shah. Malhar Shah. Neil Shah. Om Shah. Safwan Shahed. Miriam Shalash. Aaron Shane. Sanchita Shankar. Chandelier Shardinsky. Anika Sharma. Sahil Sharma. Sophia Chefmaker. Hamza Shahada. Ishika Shaladia. George Sheng. Haley Shaith. Cody Shi. Amaya Srivastava. Meher Shukal. Nicholas Silverio. Nia Simmons. Ruben Simon. Satvik Singaraju. Akshita Singhadi. Adam Singh. Ahisha Singh. Ananya Singh. Harshdeep Singh. Mansahaj Singh. Vikrant Singh. Matthew Siva Harrison. Louis Slope. Anya Smith.
Libby Snyder.
Gabriella Socio. Tyler Sonator. Akash Soni. Corey Sukerman. Zachary Soriano. Nina Suhanovsky. Kara Spivak. Nina Squires. Sneha Srijit. Diti Srinivasan. Aditya Sriprakash. Akash Srikakulam. Roshni Srinivas. Nivedita Shri Srinivasan. Sudarshan Srinivasan. Vanchika Sriram. Brielle Stasienko. Dylan Stenger. Isabella Sturman. Matthew Storch. Alexander Strange. Devin Strickland. Mason Stuhl. Jake Stump. Veda Subramanian. Isha Sultana. Sawini Sunkuru. Jyotsna Suresh. Ritika Suresh. Sanjana Suresh. Aditya Swaminathan. Pranab Swaminathan. Kevin Sweeney. Hamza Sayed.
Our final student presenter is Tulip Sengupta.
Malva Takuri Vera. Nandan Tadi. Richa Taiwade. Ishani Takyar. Rishabh Talreja. Bryle Tan. Samarth Taneja. Anika Tarafdar. Maliha Tarafdar. Osman Tareen. Aljamar Taylor. Sahana Tigavarapu. Ni Tak. Jenny Tai. Jay Thacker. Neil Thacker. Nehal Thacker. Avantika Thakur. Simruti Tangavelan. Abba Thopper. Kayvon Thomas. Matthew Thompson. Ronit Dumalaru. Pranav Tinanor. Samantha Toma. Alexa Toner. Christopher Toomey. Harris Tor. Enzi Torres. Elizabeth Torres Griefer. Pranav Tripathi. Deja Turner. Lamont Tutt. Sood Uger. Zandria Uwain Urbano. Brooke Fallon. Vaidehi Valera. Abhinav Vedmala. Shrikar Vidula. Cassandra Vega. Daniel Vega. Anjali Villani. Nitya Venkadusamy. Jaslyn Ventura. Yash Vidyarthi. Durga Vijayakumar. Harini Vijayaraghavan. Sebastiano Villano. John Vindini. Pratham Vermani. Paolo Vertudazzo. Andrew Von Bargen. Shubham Waig. Ashley Wainzak. Andrew Wang. Junfeng Wang. Curious Ward. Lillian Ward. Tori Williams. Jordan Waller. Kevin Wong. Nija Woods. Jamila Wright. Miles Wright. Anna Yang. Franklin Yin. William Yoshida. Evan Young. Trevor Young. Louis Urita. Zaid Yusuf. Kabir Zama. Serena Zaparde. Alexandra Zetchis, Joey Zhang, Usman Zervi, Leanne Zions.
Before we conclude our virtual ceremony by moving our tassels, I would like to ask our graduates and family members at home to stand up and form a circle. Yes, please stand up, face each other, and now I want you to join hands with one another. Social distancing does not apply here since you all live with each other. I will give everyone a few more seconds to do this. Now listen to the following. Let's title this, Thanking Those That Have Helped You. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. These words come to us from the ancient Roman lawyer, statesman, and philosopher Cicero, whose assessment of gratitude is not only insightful, but eminently useful for all of us. It is a well-developed sense of gratitude that allows us to see with clarity the important roles that many have played in the shaping of our own graduates' lives. On a day like today, for most of you, surely among the happiest and most anticipated days of your life, it is only proper, after congratulating yourselves on a job well done, to gratefully acknowledge your parents and guardians, siblings, relatives, friends, teachers, coaches, anyone at all who has supported you throughout the years. Anyone at all who has inspired you to reach this moment of immense significance. On this momentous day, may you experience joy and a well-deserved sense of accomplishment, even as you graciously acknowledge those whose own commitment to your achievement was no less extraordinary than your own. Now, members of the class of 2020, please continue standing, and while your family sits, get your tassels ready. As we conclude our virtual ceremony, please continue to watch the next segment of our video for a special performance by two of our very own talented staff members. Class President Ria Sen and Student Council President Jillian Ryan will lead the class in moving your tassels as graduates from your right to your left. This customary practice concludes our virtual ceremony. Congratulations to our graduates, our families, and our community. Be healthy and safe, and go Vikings.
There's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Be polite, 'cause your mama says to. Visit Grandpa every chance that you can. Won't be wasted time, always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here's why. Bitterness keeps you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between being with someone and being with someone you love. I love you ain't no pickup line, so always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When your dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. When it's hot, eat a root beer popsicle. Shut off the AC and roll the windows down. Let that summer sunshine. Always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, don't forget, turn back around. Help the next one in line. Always stay humble and kind.